What's good, y'all? Welcome to the talent plan. I would yell if it wasn't 11:53 on a Sunday night. You know, as is tradition around these parts. We're in the end game of this whole thing. We have 3 more characters after this, and then I have to do all of the trials and get the back routes, whatever, which is just fast forward through the entire trial, looking at the guide. Whenever like a mini game pops up where it prompts me to do anything, I just go like, oh, what is it, like the knife? Okay, yeah, I picked a knife. And then I also have to pay attention for the hidden Monokumas, which I wasn't doing before. I was doing this a little bit before, and I think it was chapter 1 I got the hidden Monokuma, and chapter 3 I got the hidden Monokuma, but I didn't get the back routes, so I have to play through the entirety of the chapter anyway. And I only noticed this on chapter 4. I got the back route, and I think I forgot. Oh, maybe it was chapter 3 I got the back routes, and then I didn't get the Monokuma, so I just went to where the hidden Monokuma was, which was like halfway through the chapter. I got it, and then I was like, I'm out. I'm not finishing this trial. So for 5 and 6, I have to make sure that I get both of those in the same go. Or 4, 5, and 6. 6 doesn't have any back routes in it, but it does have a hidden Monokuma, and 6 is also the longest trial, I believe. I wonder what the longest trial in the entire game is. I don't really want to find out. I don't want to test it. I just want someone else to tell me what the answer is. But I am going to have to start being more thoughtful with my alt channel videos, because we're about to be done. We're on the cusp of finishing 100%ing this game. So, damn, I landed on the friendly square. That's a big time loss. Maybe I'll speed run this. I'll try and figure out the best route. Well, actually, who am I kidding? That's what I've been doing this entire time. I've been speed running this. I've been doing that. I go on the despair course every time. Never complete the course. I always try and avoid any encounters. I'm trying to save as much time as possible, because this is just, you know, this is like a job. You know, you just clock in, you try and get your shift over, and then you clock out. That's what this mini game is, especially after you've completed the dungeon. It works okay in conjunction with the dungeon, because, like, you know, before I had completed that, it's like, okay, you know, I gotta get an intelligence guy, and I gotta make sure that I get enough orange spaces so I can get fragments, so I can get the abilities I need, and also I gotta make sure that, you know, maybe, you know, I'm not doing that. Maybe I'm just trying to get a high tenacity, or whatever the fuck it's called in this. Is it fortitude? I think it's fortitude in this game. It's like, oh, I need high fortitude so I can resist the sleep guy who just spams sleep 12 times in a row, because that's a fun, like, boss encounter. Yeah, the RPG elements in this game kind of suck, but I digress. This is just, you know, mindless nonsense, and then once this is over, I'm gonna actually have to think of ideas. I've got, what, 3 ideas right now, and I still have a little bit of time. I basically have 3 weeks, because there's this one and then 3 more characters to do. So I essentially, or maybe it's 4. I think it's this and then 4. So, you know, I got 4 weeks to come up with enough of a backlog to carry me, because I'd still like to do it every week. But yeah, that plus having the main channel. I try for every month having a video on the main channel, and then once every week on this channel. and I would like to take it more serious. You know, I was thinking for a minute, I'm like, do I really want to be the Danganronpa guy? Because it's like, you know, I don't know. There are a lot of like kids that are into Danganronpa, and it's like, do I want to like? And honestly, I don't really mind. You know, whoever watches my video, whoever watches my videos watches my videos. You know, I don't have to like, you know, if the people that watch my videos end up being like, you know, young teenagers or whatever, like I don't have to like interact with them. Like I feel like a lot of people or like YouTubers who have fan bases that are like younger, they fall into the pitfalls of like feeding off of that interaction, and like, you know, that's how they become like weirdos. Like they just keep interacting with people that are like much younger than them, and then end up taking advantage of them because they're like, you know, they got life experience and all that shit. And I feel like, you know, I'm not the worst role model. You know, I could be Filthy Frank, I could be iDubbbz or whatever. Like I was 14 years old watching fucking them, and I turned out fine. But also, like, you know, I'm not everybody, you know, not everybody's gonna be like me. You know, not everybody should have unrestricted internet access like I did as a kid. You know, maybe the iPod Touch 4 was not, maybe it was too much power for my young hands to hold, but, you know, we made it here. We made it here in one piece, you know. Can I really be upset about it? Nah, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy with who I am. Took a minute, but we made it. This was a total tangent. I guess I'll just keep going. I had this idea a while back of, you know, every YouTuber has to have a Discord server. So my idea, I had a couple ideas. There's still remnants of it in like my public Discord server that nobody uses, that nobody's joined in like 3 years because I don't promote it. Where each, like, there would be like waves where like every like 8 people, I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be a big server, but like every 8 people, let's say, that join the server, they would be put in like a group, and like a private like 8-person server, just them, and then like I think like me, because like I'm a mod, but yeah, they would just be like their own group, like Alpha group or whatever, and like Bravo group or whatever. And like I don't really know there was no point behind it other than just like, hey, here's like your little like exclusive group, like here you can interact with like this set of strangers, see if anything interesting happens from it. But knowing the internet, they'd probably find a way to ruin it. Alternatively, I think the Danganronpa Discord has, when you join the server, either you're forced to or you're allowed to choose either hope or despair. I think that's a really interesting concept. I was thinking maybe if I end up being like the Danganronpa fucking board game, like, you know, game guy, like the Jeopardy. I had ideas to do Danganronpa Clue because that's kind of like a no-brainer when you think about it. It's like you have all of these recognizable locations, like you got the gym, you got the, you know, dining hall, you got the classroom, you got the bedrooms, you got the pool, you know, stuff like that. So it's like, it's kind of a no-brainer to have Danganronpa Clue. So maybe if I'm just like the game guy, maybe I'll have everyone pick hope or despair, and then, you know, we'll just track like who's team hope, who's team despair, what's the ongoing win-loss ratio, which team's doing better, hope or despair. Maybe we'll do like seasons. You know, maybe I'm getting a little ahead of myself, and I should first focus on having people that know something about Danganronpa that I want to like feature on my channel. You know, there's people like God, what is his name? NPC, it's like your favorite NPC, something like that. It's your blank NPC. He's cool. Weeby News is cool. Blaze is cool. But like, I don't want to. I don't want to slide in their DMs like, "Hey, what's good? Come give me some clout." Like, I don't know. I don't want to do that. But you know, I think it would be mutually beneficial because like Blaze and Weeby are not really making as much Danganronpa content because, I mean, can you blame them? Like, they've been doing it for a minute and there's nothing going on. It's like, you know, Blaze has played so many different like fan games. Like, I don't blame him for reaching out to like FNAF. And I think Weeby's also dipping into FNAF, which is like valid because, you know, there's the movie coming out. There's the DLC that just came out for that game. So, you know, there's reasons to be excited as a FNAF fan. Not so much hope in the way of Danganronpa fans. But, you know, as I say, when the times get tough, that's when like that's when you gotta get more creative. You gotta, you know, put your nose to the grindstone and you gotta forge something out of nothing. That's what I would like to do. That's what I'm trying to do. I won't leak what my current plans are, but you know, if I could have the feature in my board games, my Jeopardy games, my whatever game show games, like I'm the Mr. Am I the Mr. Beast of Danganronpa? I might be. Dear God, I might be. That's, you know, maybe that's something worth pursuing. Maybe I, you know, put up a cash prize and I'm like, oh, first to find this area in Danganronpa V3 wins $500. And then like, it's just like, I just have it be my boys. And then I'm just like, yeah, I gave you the 500, right? And then my boys are like, yep, you gave me the 500. And I scam it for the Mr. Beast video. Because, you know, how are the Mr. Beast videos, or the viewers, supposed to know whether the money exchanged hands? You know, I trust that he would. Mr. Beast does seem like the type of person that would do that because he has ludicrous amounts of money and he seems very humble. But, you know, I don't have the finances, so, you know, I could embellish for a bit and then actually start doing it. Because I always want to host, like, tournaments and shit and have, like, the funding to just do that. Like, I want to host tournaments for games that nobody cares about just because, like, I can. And, like, it'd be, you know, it'd be nice for the community of people who stuck around, like, a passionate community that stuck around, like, a dead game for however long. Like, they get some flowers, they get some attention, maybe they get more viewers, maybe something comes out of it, and I get like a niche, like, specific funny video. You know, I get my own personal entertainment out of seeing what happens, like how people manage to break a game that most people aren't familiar with, and, like, you know, stuff like that. I feel like there's a lot of merit to doing something like that. So, you know, maybe I actually would give away money for people just playing my shitty Danganronpa, like, mini games. I have I have 3 games. I have I'll keep it a secret, but I have 3 games in the vault. I have 1 video that's like a solo video. I think I need to think up more solo video ideas that have to do with Danganronpa before I can, you know, drag people into it. Like, I don't know. I need to, like, establish myself so people come to me, because I don't want to reach out to people so much and be like, hey, you want to be in this video? Like, I don't know. I don't know. If somebody did that to me, I would be kind of weirded out. Like, some 0 viewer Andy was like, hey, come participate in my fucking Jeopardy game. I'd be like, no, bro, I don't know you. Get kick rocks. But I don't know. I honestly probably wouldn't do that. I would like, maybe what I need to do is I need to like come up with like a preview. I'd be like, hey, here's what I can do. You know, I gotta pitch it in the DMs. I'm like, yo, I'm like, yo, Blaze, look it, I got this board. Here's like a trailer. Come on the show. And then maybe Blaze would be like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. So I don't know. That was a we're well past the time, but this was a fun little conversation to have. But it is midnight. I should be going to bed because I gotta wake up at 8:30 and hopefully work is. I don't want to. I don't want to keep working this 9 to 5, bro. I gotta get out. I gotta get out of here. I gotta make it as a Danganronpa or not VTuber. Bro, motherfucker, I'm still Spike Chunsoft, you motherfuckers. You gotta turn me into a VTuber. I'll shill your game. You know, you got a distinctive art style. People would be like, what? Is that a Danganronpa VTuber? Like Opera GX has a VTuber. You guys are missing out on the market. You gotta get me in there. Have Mr. Rampa, have him make me a model. I'll shill the games. I'll stream the games to thousands. I'll collab with the other VTubers. I could do it. I could get along with strangers on the internet. You know, let me cook. Put me in the kitchen. I'll be banging around the pots and pans. I'll be cooking up a storm. I'm up in Buckingham Palace. The Queen. You already know what the Queen's doing up in Buckingham Palace. You know, the Queen's dead. God rest her soul.